Good afternoon. Now we are going to start uh, introduction to building services, which is important design topic for the next progression of design. What is building services? How it is implemented? What is the content of the this particular topic course? Building services is actually you are already introduced with this subject, that is building services, which already in your course and you are learning for the same. What we are going to learn in this particular presentation for the design consideration is how design implementation, how things to be considered while designing of the building for incorporating the number of services is very important. So we are going to cover more or less two, three topics, which is the two, three topics or the considerations while learning building services. This term, that is MEP, which is very important to understand what is building services, which is fall under mechanical, electrical, and the plumbing systems. Those are the core technical services which is very well required to construct a building, to operate a building, to use building efficiently after construction, to provide services for the occupants. There are lot many services which is very necessary. That is energy supply, which in inclusion of building services for the smooth operation of the building after construction while occupants using the building for their day-to-day life. It is very necessary to provide energy supply, that is gas, electricity, and the renewable resources, like solar water heater, in fact, solar power plant, the gas supply for the cooking purpose, and the electricity for the general energy purpose in the building. There are the other services like HVAC, which is heating, cooling, air conditioning system. Then water supply and the plumbing, water supply, sanitation, and the which is fall under the plumbing, which is important for this day-to-day life use in the building. Then lighting, artificial lighting, natural lighting, and the common lighting, which is used in common area of the building. For the transmission, escalators, as well as lift which is uh, frequently used mechanical resource, mechanical installation in the building. Then yes, ventilation and refrigeration is there. Now this is the one more important part of the services, which also called as LV services, that is low voltage services, in which communication lines, telephones, internet or IT network, internal network or maybe the external network, then security and alarm system, along with the fire detection, protection, and the security systems. So these all the services are fall under the low voltage consuming services, which is equally important as compared to the other services. Now, for this presentation, what mainly we are going to cover is the lift, the design aspect of the lift, design consideration for the lift, how technical things to be considered while designing of the lift when you are going to design a multi-story building, the location aspect, of the lift, standard sizes of the lift as per the manufacturer, what is duct requirement, lift shaft requirement, electrical duct requirement, after installation of lift, how it is in conjunction, how it is designed with in conjunction of lobby, layout, entrances, relation with the staircase, as well as relation with the occupants, the entry point of the lift up to the exit point of the lift, the vertical transmission of the lift, how lift pit is designed and executed, how lift tower is important to consider and understand the whole form of the building. We are going to consider this topic in this in the explanation for the lift. So this is the manufacturer manual for the lift, in which it is well defined and provided how much size of the lift pit is required, then how much size of the vertical shaft required, how much size for the head of the lift is required, the standard openings provided for the lift, the standard dimensions according to the machine installation of the lift, what is the types of the doors, what is the type of the lighting, what is the operational indicators provided. So that is the important part when you are going to install a particular lift. You should understand according to the available manufacturer in the particular local region, and which kind of services and which kind of design element will be important for designing this lift. So this is the standard chart which is provided by the manufacturer. We are going to look into detail. In this chart, it is specified that passenger capacity as in this particular Otis lift, it is 4 passenger, 6 passenger, 8 passenger, 13 passenger. Car dimension, width, depth, height, door dimensions. In previous sheet, you already saw that how the car dimension is written, how the door dimension is written. So these kind of details are already provided in this brochure. You need to understand the details and incorporate the lift in our design. Now then hoistway, that so now according to suitability, you can select size of the lift according to the requirement and the traffic, the number of occupants who are going to use this lift. So according to that and according to the available space, you have to select the lift. Next is, and install your lift where the appropriate location is. Now in this particular plan, there are 4 tenements, that is 4 number of flats, 4 number of 3 BHK flats in this particular design, which having a common lift lobby area along with the staircase and the standard size of lift. In fact, the 2 lift is selected for the control traffic in a particular apartment system. The if you look at the lobby, which is centrally located, in which one side is attached with the lift, other side is the staircase. If we go through this lift lobby, the lift is approximately equidistant from the all occupants. including lift is the occupants and the position of staircase is equally equidistant for all. And why this consideration is necessary? Because in some of the options which is provided by the students is the lift is located elsewhere and a big size of long size of lobby area slab is provided. एक बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड हो गया है, बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा लॉबी स्लैब बन गया है, which is actually not needed. This is not part of any occupant. और इतना बड़ा लॉबी स्पेस मेंटेन करने के लिए भी काफी हिच हो जाएगा फॉर द मेंटेनेंस पर्पस. और इतना बड़ा स्लैब कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए एडिशनल इकोनॉमी, एडिशनल एक्सपेंस जो बियर करना पड़ेगा, दैट इज ऑल्सो additional because passage is not going to use as a active occupant space, that is only for the transition. So ये भी देखना चाहिए कि एक control size of passage area ही बनना चाहिए, which is equally important with the lift. Now अगर मैं इस lift area को ध्यान से देखूं, so these ducts are provided along with the lift. Those ducts are for the, you can say, जैसे मैंने previously explain किया, the services which is needed, that is all occupants electrical lines can be used from the particular duct, and for all occupants the other services, that is low voltage lines, can be occupied in other duct, because it is not possible to incorporate each and everything in a single duct. This two number of duct actually providing ACE in installation, ACE in interconnection. दो अलग अलग जगह पे सर्विसेज होगा तो एक दूसरे से क्रॉसिंग काफी कम होगा, which is very beneficial in terms of execution installation. डक्ट प्रोवाइड करने के बाद ये भी ध्यान होना चाहिए कि वो एक एक्सेसिबल पॉइंट पे होना चाहिए. आगे जाके जब बिल्डिंग यूज में आती है तो इस डक्ट का स्पेसिफिक सर्विस होना चाहिए, वो चेक होना चाहिए, उसमें जितना भी पोस्ट मेंटेनेंस या पोस्ट इंस्टॉलेशन लगता है वो इजीली किसी भी फ्लोर पे हो जाना चाहिए. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस डक्ट्स एंड दिस सर्विसेज आर नेसेसरी. Sometimes fire installations are also necessary. Fire installations mostly are provided in the well, at the staircase. In fact, the mid landing outskirts of the staircase. यहाँ पे भी fire installations होते हैं. Those are the fire hose, fire pipelines, the fire safety equipments. It is also provided in this kind of spaces. So which is accessible for, easily accessible for all.